Hi, welcome back. Getting ready to start another wood accent wall. Faux shiplap, however you want to say it. A little bit different from the last one. This is going to be a painted one. I've done this several times. I'm using the 1/4 inch underlayment Luan again. In this case, like I said, it's going to be painted white. Customer didn't want as much distress on it as I would normally do, so we're going to tone that down a little bit. Normally I do a dark gray underneath and then pretty much whitewash over top with a ceiling white. Ceiling white seems to work really well for me. It's flat, it sticks well, when you sand it off it looks, gives you that distress. In this case, also in the past what I've done is chamfer the edges to give a more illusion of shiplap, but I don't think I'm going to do that in this case. I think I'm just going to cut it straight at 5 3/4 into 8-foot long strips, and then what I've done is just dry brushed the edges with some Jacobian stain. You can use paint, whatever, but I mean the stain seems to work pretty well. All you're doing is basically just dabbing the edges to give that illusion that there's a gap there. It's just enough distress to, I guess, give you that illusion that they're big old planks applied to the wall. And this, like I said, in this case, they're going to be in horizontal. So I'll take you through step one, which is cutting these down from 8-foot by 2-foot wide pieces down into 5 3/4 by 8-foot. So, step one. So here it is, 5 sheets of 1/4 inch Luan underlayment ripped down into 5 3/4 wide boards. So we're getting 8 boards per sheet of 32 square feet. And now it leaves us with, we got 40 pieces that are 8 feet long. I was able to paint them with a sprayer, which means I painted all 40 pieces with white ceiling paint. Since it's about 70 degrees outside and very sunny, it dried almost immediately. It took not even an hour to paint this stuff, and you're able to stack it on itself within 15 minutes because that paint sticks so well. It's meant to look rustic, so even if a little bit got scuffed off, it wouldn't matter because that's supposed to add to the distress of the piece, but it's not moving at all. So we'll have to have a light sanding on it because there was a little bit of dust blowing around that got into it, but there again, that just adds to the distressed finish. So that's the easiest way to do it, because if I would have rolled this out, it would have taken twice as long, if not 3 times as long. So if you have the opportunity to spray it, and the ceiling paint levels out really nice. So it was a good option. Alright, so here's where we're at. If you remember at the beginning of the video, we ripped down the planks into 5 3/4 inch pieces, and then I lightly stain the edges to give the illusion of the gap there, because the customer wants just a little bit of distress. But what's happening is after I got it all painted, started sanding them down, took the sander to the edges, and it's distressing it just enough where I may not have to do the stain on the edges, even though this looks pretty cool. So I have to decide here whether or not I want to do that, or I've already sanded down all 40 pieces and I may just be done with production for now. So I'll show you how that looks with just the sanded edges and kind of distressing it. One thing I would do next time is when I'm spraying it, I would put a little bit more water into it, because this ceiling paint on this wood sticks so hard that it's kind of hard to distress it, just a little bit. So it's bare ceiling paint, but it always seems to work really well for me. So I'll show you what it looks like here in just a second. So you can kind of see, just laid out on the table here, just pull it apart, just distressing that edge just a little bit gives it just enough to give that illusion that they're thicker planks, and gives it just enough of a distress. Just a quick look here. I back cut the mantelpiece and slid the 1/4-inch shiplap behind that, rather than trying to trace around and cut that out. Much easier and quicker. A little bit of caulk cover up some of my workmanship there, but not too bad.
helps when you have nails. Take 2. You won't see that on this old house. So the distressed shiplap walls are complete and the homeowner is super happy. What makes this one kind of fun is it was a surprise for the homeowner's wife. We did it on a Saturday morning, installed it on Saturday morning, took about 6 hours. Homeowner's wife returned on Sunday afternoon as a surprise. So right after this is the video of her arriving and seeing the shiplap for the first time. So fun project. I love surprises. So take a look.
Oh my God! When did you do that?
Saturday.
I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh wow! I walked in. I was like, "What did he do?" Thank you. Oh, that looks good. You did it by yourself?
No, I had some help from RWA, Handyman. Best artist in town. Rick.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I was like, why doesn't he come out here to help me carry stuff in?